Sometimes one small moment is enough to change everything. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 turning points in TV series. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're counting down the biggest moments where the stakes were raised or everything changed. These are the big ones, so major spoiler warning ahead.
Paramedics!
Number 10, Negan's Arrival, The Walking Dead.
Pissing our pants yet?
Before his actual debut on the show, Negan had been making his presence known on The Walking Dead for a long time, serving as an impending threat for Rick and the gang.
Today was career day. We invested a lot so you would know who I am and what I can do.
Whether you see this moment as the first step into the next phase of the show, or the time when the controversial series finally jumped the shark, you can't deny that the end of Season 6 was a pivotal moment.
Now I know that is a mighty big, nasty pill to swallow. But swallow it. You most certainly will.
Though it wouldn't be revealed until the following season, in a decision that angered many fans, both Glenn and Abraham were killed by Negan, and viewers are still reeling from the fallout.
For all these people are gonna die. Then Carl dies, then the people back home die, and then you, eventually.
Number 9, Elliot's father is dead, Mr. Robot.
You knew all along, didn't you?
Talk about an unreliable narrator. Though many viewers saw this twist coming, the satisfying moment where Elliot realizes that he was Mr. Robot all along framed the future of the series, as both his mental health and his status as the leader of this new uprising are called into question.
What's going on? Tell me right now!
Listen to me, because we don't have much time. They're gonna try and get rid of me again, and I need you to not let them.
Why would they get rid of you?
Please, Elliot, listen to me. I will never leave you. I will never leave you alone again.
The twist is reminiscent of Fight Club, but has done enough to distinguish itself in the years since to get rid of most of those comparisons.
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you? I am Mr. Robot.
Elliot's realization of his father's death and his role in the E-Corp hack has proven to be an integral moment in this winding series.
Who are you talking to?
You mean I'm talking to...
Number 8, the true nature of The Good Place. The Good Place.
Holy mother-forking shirt balls.
Few saw this coming. At the end of Season 1 of The Good Place, Kristen Bell's Eleanor slowly realizes that she and her friends hadn't been mistakenly put in the good place at all.
It took me a while to figure it out. But just now, as we were all fighting and yelling at each other and each one of us demanding we should go to the bad place, I thought to myself, man, this is torture. And then it hit me. They're never gonna call a train to take us to the bad place. They can't, because we're already here. This is the bad place.
They'd been in the bad place the entire time. Ted Danson's Michael delightfully confirms, and the moment frames the entire first season in a whole new light, leading to fantastic rewatchability, and leading to so many exciting possibilities for the following season. This moment changed everything we thought we knew about The Good Place, and is well deserving of a spot on this list.
We've been torturing each other since the moment we arrived. And everything Michael has done has made at least one of us miserable. He played us like a fiddle.
Number 7, Claire becomes president. House of Cards. Over the course of the 5th season, it became clear that Claire was the future of the series, for a variety of reasons.
What are our chances with a revote? Or rather, what are the president's chances? I want to know.
By the time she was officially sworn in as president at the end of the season, she had already spent time as acting president, and had become the most interesting character.
We believe in one person, one vote. If we take that away, then what is this country?
Ahead of the final season, Claire gave a sizzling monologue, breaking the fourth wall just as Frank used to do, effectively letting the audience know that it was her turn. It was a fitting move considering real-world events, and allowed the series to come to an end on its own terms.
My turn.
Number 6, Bernard is a host. Westworld.
You're gonna beat this.
beginning episodes of HBO's Westworld, Bernard, played by Jeffrey Wright, is one of the show's most relatable protagonists. He works at the park and he seems like a semi-normal guy that just wants to do the right thing. Well, when it was revealed that Bernard was actually just another host under the control of Ford, the show revealed it had a lot to hide, and this was only the beginning.
They cannot see the things that will hurt them. I've spared them that. Their lives are blissful. In a way, their existence is purer than ours.
Realizing that anyone could be a host added a new layer of intrigue to the series, giving viewers yet another reason to tune in to the highly talked about new show.
I'm not one. I can't be. My wife. My son.
Number 5. The Death of Maude Flanders, The Simpsons.
Daddy, can we move closer?
Absolutely, Hot Roddy. We're up here out of range of the crashes and the driver's cussing.
Throughout its early years, the characters on The Simpsons stayed pretty much the same. The show's first major death didn't occur until season 11, when Maude Flanders, the family's neighbor and wife of Ned, died in a freak t-shirt cannon accident.
Fire!
Ooh, a bobby pin! Maude?
This event had major repercussions on Ned's character, and on his sons Rod and Todd. It was also around this time that many fans feel The Simpsons began to decline in quality. Was Maude killed in an attempt to shake things up? Whether or not that's true, this was a defining episode for The Simpsons, for better or worse.
But whether you noticed her or not, Maude was always there. And we thought she always would be.
Number 4. Hank's Death, Breaking Bad.
Don't kill him! Can't burn him.
Hell not, he's DA.
No, he's family.
Say again?
He's my family. He's my brother-in-law.
From here, there was absolutely no going back for Walter White. When Hank was executed by a deadly shootout that also killed Steve Gomez, Walter White was as good as dead. After beginning his journey as Heisenberg back at the end of season 1, his actions finally caught up to him, and the rest of the show became the aftermath of this single event. It's hard to point to anything other than Hank's death as the climax of the series, and the episode naturally ranks high among fans. It's a heartbreaking ending for the character, but it made for excellent TV.
You're the smartest guy I ever met. And you're too stupid to see. He made up his mind 10 minutes ago. Do what you're gonna do.
Number 3. The first Doctor regenerates into the second Doctor, Doctor Who.
Still at sea. Hey, but that'll explain the few people. Them computers must do all the work now. Yeah, I wonder if they've got the moon yet. Sure, don't you listen to the news? You mean you have sent people to the moon? Yeah, an expedition just returned.
When Doctor Who's first Doctor was forced to retire from the role after less than 2 seasons on the job for health reasons, the show's creators were forced to come up with an inventive way to allow a new actor to take on the role.
No, leave it.
This led to the introduction of regeneration as a concept in the series, with the title character taking on many iterations over time. This creative decision to solve a difficult problem shaped the course of the franchise over its 55-year history, and helped influence a great deal of science fiction in the years to follow.
If you take the sum of the integrants and express the result as a power series, then the indices show the basic binary blocks. Only I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Number 2. Flash forwards. Lost.
No, because I trust him. And I trust Jacob. And the minute I start questioning orders, this whole thing, everything that we're doing here falls apart.
By its 3rd season, Lost's ratings and critical acclaim were both steadily declining. The show was becoming stagnant, and it took a serious jolt of energy to wake it back up. That jolt of energy was the introduction of flash forwards in the season 3 finale, replacing the show's usual flashback format.
We were not supposed to leave.
Yes, we were.
The reveal was held until the end of the episode, showing that though we were watching a past version of Jack get drunk and contemplate suicide, it was actually Jack in the future, off the island. The episode ends with Jack meeting Kate, and iconically yelling, "We have to go back."
We have to go back, Kate.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Well,
treating Discord as a friend, she got him to realize that friendship was actually important to him, and something that once he had, he didn't want to lose.
Go on, say it.
All right. Friendship is magic.
No. Begin jump prep. We're leaving. We'll be back. Start your prep.
Number 1. Ned Stark's death. Game of Thrones.
What is to be done with this traitor, Your Grace?
Nothing says turning point more than beheading your main character before the end of season 1. Game of Thrones let audiences know early that it meant business when it came to character deaths. If Ned was up for grabs, anybody was fair game.
Bring me his head.
Though the Red Wedding had a major impact on most of the show, it was the execution of Ned Stark that set the tone for the rest of the series, making a grand statement that this wasn't your typical fantasy story. Ned's death not only set the events of the rest of the series into motion, it changed the landscape of TV. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.